Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to hear me properly as well as there's no problem with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everyone. I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to hear me properly as well as there's no problem with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Good evening everyone. Good evening. Hello. How is everyone doing? Is everyone fine? So, how many of you are just attending the React like bootcamp and not attending the Python bootcamp? Can someone let me know how many of you are just attending the React bootcamp, not both of the bootcamps, just the React bootcamps? Can someone let me know? Hi everyone. Hello. I'm also fine. Great. React bootcamp, just the React bootcamp. So coding bhaiya, Bhupul Paji, Prajapati. Sorry, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name. Okay, I'm very bad at pronunciating names itself. Okay, only React. That's great. Some of the names I'm able to see are common between both the bootcamps, so that I'm able to see very clearly. Just React and JS. That's great, Athava. React only Dheeraj. Great. Okay. Icons. Amazing. So I'm able to see that many of you are just attending the React bootcamp. Some of you are attending both the bootcamps. That's totally great. From tomorrow, what we are planning of is doing both the boot camps between 8:30 to 10:30. So from 8:30 to 9:30, it will be the React JS boot camp, and then from 9:30 to 10:30, it will be the Python and deep learning boot camp. I'm doing this so that because when I'm having two boot camps at two different timings, I'm wasting a lot of time in between. So just to make things more productive for me, I'm taking both the boot camps simultaneously, one after the other. Though it will be a little bit put a little bit strain on my voice, but it's fine. I have no issues with that. Okay, many of you are only attending the React bootcamp. That's absolutely good, guys. I think so that you guys are able to understand what you want at the end of the day, and that's something that many people do not get of a choice very often. But that's really amazing, guys. Amazing. One more thing, just so that like you guys are able to help me out with the same. Okay, a little small favor I wanted to ask from you guys. Please hit the like button. I am able to see that almost 150 students are live with me right now. Just hit the like button. It does not cost you any money. Okay, it really boosts up our own spirits as well as it puts up on the chart on YouTube. So many people who are able to see these videos are also able to come up to these sessions in the future. Okay. I'm downloading the lectures of Python. Dhaval, you don't need to download the lectures of Python. Okay, all these lectures will be available for your lifetime on YouTube. We will never take them down until unless there is something wrong with these videos. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the same. We'll be starting our class in 5 minutes. I'm just waiting for everyone to join us. I don't want anyone to miss something. Okay. In the future, we'll be having more number of boot camps. The registrations for the next boot camp from the next week will be starting from today. The two boot camps will be Python and machine learning, and I guess JavaScript and Node.js, that is backend web development. So the next boot camp for web development will be on backend web development, and for data science, it will be on machine learning itself. So that's the thing. As far as learning languages go, whether it be C++, Java and Python, we will be starting to put like daily videos, pre-recorded videos by people directly from Cisco, Google, and all these type of companies. Okay, they will be recording these videos and putting it up on our channel, pre-recorded, of C++, Java and Python from the next week itself. So you guys be ready for the same as well. If you want to learn a new language, they will be teaching that language from basics, like absolute basics, to the most advanced level of that language itself. Okay, so surely you can and that's available for free, like on YouTube. We will be providing it. At the end, we'll also try to provide you some certification as well, because that is what we are all about. So we'll try our level best so that we are able to provide you with everything. There will be projects, you will be learning concepts, you will be having hands-on practice in these languages, you will be provided with notes, PPTs, everything will be provided to you. And there will be no cost for the same. I understand that at least the basics. Okay, so learning a particular language from the basics to the advanced is still considered as basics, because you're not doing anything using that language up till that particular point of time. I consider it as basics, but many people will be saying that okay, learning a language to the most advanced level is something that is of huge importance. Of course it is, but yeah, that will be provided to you on these and on this channel itself, most probably from the next week. Along with that, some interesting videos are also there about Chrome extensions and some other things as well that you may find interesting. So we have planned a lot of things for you guys in the coming future, and we plan to explore more. So our plan is that in the next 3 months we'll be having at least 9 to 10 different programming languages. That includes C++, Python, Java, JavaScript, Go, C#, and some other languages as well on our channel, and from complete basics to the most advanced levels, including projects that you will be able to do. So yeah. Okay, which language is best for backend? See, for backend web development, I guess JavaScript will be the language of choice when you are just starting out. Of course, one of the best things about, okay, so there is one concept called a microservices in backend web development. I know that many of you might not be knowing this. Okay, but think of it in such a way that there are different departments. Okay, in a particular company, think of your backend application as a particular company. A company has various like departments inside of it. One would be the management. Okay, the other one would be the HR. The other one would be the engineering department. The other one would be the payments department, and so on and so forth. So every application as well has various different departments, various different APIs that control a particular aspect of that particular application. So one would be like logging in and registering with that particular application. The other one would be payments and subscriptions. The other one would be video delivery system, content delivery system. So all these are different APIs that are working. So instead of making all these APIs in a single application, you can create different applications and just link them together. Now that is called as microservice architecture. Instead of going with a monolithic architecture, that is just one application having all these different portions, you're creating different departments and each department is handling its very own thing. So in that particular case itself, you will be having your like you can create one application. For example, your authentication application, that is logging in, registering with that particular application, that can be created in JavaScript. The other application can be created in Python. The other application can be created in Java. There's no link between all these. Like, you don't have to create everything using the same language. But in general, when you are going with backend web development, almost 60 to 70% of the entire web is created in JavaScript, because the front end you have to do it in JavaScript. There's no other option. Like TypeScript is also one option, but like TypeScript and JavaScript are very similar to each other. There's not a lot of differences. You can easily skip from one to another, but my suggestion would be go with JavaScript itself. TypeScript is not yet introduced in the industry or to a very high level. Okay. Okay. At now time, is learning PHP worthy or not? It's the same as driving like a moped right now. If you're learning PHP right now, it's the same as driving a moped when everyone else has a Tesla. Okay. So don't do that. Will you provide complete 2 to 3 months WebD course? We provide training and internships in web development, full stack. I will tell you about it later on. Right now we'll focus upon studying itself. Okay. The registration for the Node.js bootcamp is going to start from tonight. We'll be circulating the links for the same on all the WhatsApp groups, as well as the Telegram channels, as well as our LinkedIn page, as well as our Instagram page. So you can definitely join us from there. Also guys, please remember, try to do the final registration as well for the bootcamp, because it helps us. So we don't charge anything for these bootcamps. It's absolutely free. You don't pay anything. The only thing that we ask for you guys is of your help, like nothing else. Okay, just help us reach out to many students, and for that we have the final registration in place. Please try to do that. Okay, it will be really helpful for us. So I also registered for the bootcamp, but I didn't receive any messages or links for the live session. I'm attending the lectures by getting the link from my friend. So how will I get notifications of the other bootcamps? Dhaval, so for example, what you can do is join the Telegram channel. Down in the description of the video, there's a link to our Telegram channel itself. Join that. You will get the links right over there. Once you are registering for any bootcamp, join the WhatsApp groups as well. From the registration form, you will be able to find the WhatsApp groups. You can join there, and all the information will be provided on the WhatsApp groups as well as the Telegram channel. Okay, so let's start with today's class, guys. Can we start right now, or otherwise do you guys need me to answer some more questions? It's totally dependent upon you. If you want, you can ask questions. I will be able to answer them. Otherwise, we can go further with the class as well. So I joined today. Will I get certificate? Joel, try to focus upon the class itself. Try to fill up the attendance form from right now. We'll surely try. If there is anything that we can do, we will surely try to get you the certificates as well. But please have at least 6 days of attendance. Okay. Those who have already done final registration, should they have to do the registration again? Rita, see, for final registration is a particular process that needs to be done for every single bootcamp. Because for every bootcamp, it's a new bootcamp that is going to start, and new students must come to that particular bootcamp. It's not compulsory at the end of the day, but like, see, you are not paying anything for these bootcamps. Everything is free. I'm trying my level best to provide you with as much as I can. So just as a favor for me, at least, try to do the final registration for every single bootcamp, because it really helps us a lot. Okay. Okay, so let's start with our today's session. I had previously created like a very like how many years ago, I don't know. I created this entire PDF. Are you guys able to see everything on my screen right now? If you are not able to see it on my screen, please do let me know, guys. Yes, Pratik, don't worry, it will count. The attendance link will count. You don't have to worry about the same. Don't study via books. Okay, Java and all these. Try to learn by doing. Okay, try to do some projects and learn as you go from the internet itself. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the same. Okay, if there is any problem with my screen, okay, you are not able to see something, do let me know so that I'm able to adjust the size on the basis of that. Okay, I'm trying my best so that I think so it should be visible to everyone. Is my screen visible to everyone? Please let me know. Let me check. I have put it on 360p and I'm able to see it on my screen. Kananan, the WhatsApp group link, this, like, you will have to find it in one of the Google Forms for the upcoming bootcamps. Okay, you can at the time being, you can join the Telegram channel. All the details are shared on the Telegram channel as well. Okay, great. So this is one of the very first versions of internet browser. Okay, so for example, your Internet Explorer or Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or Opera Mini, all these are different type of internet browser. Okay, so similarly, this Netscape Navigator was one of the very first internet browsers that were made. Although Netscape Navigator is no longer present, okay, it was discontinued and terminated in 2008, and the company also died with the same. But the founders of Netscape, the company, went on to become one of the biggest investors in the tech business. They have invested in companies like Facebook, Google, Microsoft, all these companies. There's one common link between them. These companies received their first investments via the founders at Netscape. Okay, so this particular Netscape browser, as you are able to see, is from 1994, and you will be able to see that it's the internet browser hasn't changed a lot since then. It has the same features since 1994. How many years it has been? Like 6 plus 22, that is almost 28 years. Almost 28 years, 30 years have passed, and our browser still looks the same. Let us see some of the features that are common between the two. As you're able to see, there's a back button right over here. On the left hand side, you are able to see that there is a back button right over here. Similarly, there's a like you are able to go to the previous page or going to the next page. There's the home button. Okay, as you're able to see, there's a home button, there's a refresh button, there's a print button, there's a find button, there is an entire URL. So this entire thing is the exact same as this, where you're writing www.google.com. So, and the entire web page is also very similar. Like this is where you are able to see the body of the internet itself. So since 28 years, the internet browser hasn't changed a lot. It still has the same features, it still looks the same. The original browser, once the dominant browser in terms of usage and share, like it at one time it had 90% of the entire world using this browser, and later it like lost on the basis of Internet Explorer. So Internet Explorer took over Netscape Navigator, and right now you know that in the previous 2 years itself, the Internet Explorer also got discontinued. Okay, at one time Internet Explorer had like 60 to 80% of the entire world using Internet Explorer. It got replaced by Google Chrome, Brave, Mozilla Firefox, Safari. You are having your Opera Mini. So this is something like the entire industry, the entire tech industry keeps on changing. If you're not changing with time, you will slowly and steadily fade away in the background. So you need to keep on improving yourselves in the future as well. Although both like the Netscape Navigator as well as the Google Chrome look very same, okay, but still they haven't improved a lot in terms of the how fast the internet browser, how optimized these internet browsers are. Okay, so Netscape Navigator was discontinued, and the support for all Netscape browsers and the client products was terminated on March 1, 2008. Okay, but still the people who founded Netscape are one of the biggest people in the entire industry, in the IT industry right now. So that's the thing, like any idea, no matter how small or big, even if it fails, has some value in it, because it's at the end of the day, it's the people who found these ideas that have the main value for anyone. Okay, so never be disheartened if your plan does not work out. Keep confidence in your own skills and your dream. Okay, so do not worry about the same. Let's move on to the next. So components of a web site. So we have previously learned about many number of things. Yesterday we looked at various different kinds of technologies that we deal with, as well as the different people who are involved in making a particular website. As we are going to deal with React.js in this bootcamp, we are mainly going to focus upon the front end itself. Now, components of a website, as you are able to see, are three major things: the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, so we are going to focus upon this. HTML or hypertext markup language, CSS or cascading style sheets, and JS or JavaScript are the three major things that we'll be focusing upon. We will touch upon HTML and CSS a bit, so that you guys are able to understand its core meaning and able to recognize and understand the code that is written in HTML and CSS. And then we'll start off with JavaScript in its essence. Okay, so let's look at HTML. So HTML, the earlier browsers itself were able to only render HTML and nothing else. These websites were mainly used for keeping a record of different type of research work. So these were used by researchers all around the globe, and these researchers' major portion was that instead of having a library of books and having references of those books, and then you have to find the other book that has been referenced and then go through that book, there should be an easier way to get those researches from all around the world into a single portal. And that is how the internet was born at the end of the day. And in the earlier days, it was not about how beautiful the website is, how well it is working. It was all about the content that is being put inside that particular website. It was all about linking different pages together, different informations together for easy access to these researchers. So these websites looked very like plain and simple, as you're able to see. So this is one of the examples. As you're able to see, there's nothing, like there's no pictures. Okay, it's just text and some links that are there to take you to the next page. It looks very basic. It is just like a structure has been given to this text, and that is what the role of HTML is. HTML provides a structure to your website. Think of it as the skeleton in your body. So for example, the skeleton in my body just provides a structure on how my body is going to appear like. It just provides it a structure to rely upon. Okay, so that is the role of HTML at the end of the day. It provides structure to your website. Now coming to CSS. So this is one of the earliest websites of Microsoft. So the early websites in the early days of Microsoft, it looked somewhat like this. So this is how the website that Microsoft had created looked like. You are able to see that this is not something that is very beautiful. It looks kind of sketchy and not as if this is one of the biggest tech companies in the entire world. But yeah, that is one of the first websites that Microsoft built, and they built it using only HTML. So it just provides a structure, nothing too fancy. Okay, just a structure to the entire text itself. Moving on, the second thing that came into place was that, okay, at one time only the structure did not, like, this does not look good. Okay, this does not look like a website I want to go to and read through. Okay, I want it to look appealing. I want it to look like, okay, I can go to this website and I'm able to read everything properly. There's some pictures, there's some animations, there is some type of colors in the entire website, and that is where the CSS came into being. Think of CSS as your skin, as your hair, as your color of your eye, as the makeup that you apply, the accessories that you wear, the clothes that you wear. It gives you a personality. It makes you unique from the rest of the crowd, because now you look different. Okay, you can every single day can wear different clothes. You can have different type of appearances. So that gives you a beauty. Okay, so while HTML gives you a structure, CSS gives you a beauty to your body. As you are able to see, this is one of the earlier websites for Yahoo. Okay, so Yahoo website, as you are able to see, not just the structure now looks appealing. Okay, everything is very well structured, but there are images, there are colors, there are some type of links that have been organized well, there are underlines, there are partitions, there are a very good like proper orientation. The design has been well thought of. Okay, this is a particular website that I might come and visit, and that is where CSS came into being. Cascading style sheets. Okay, so this is where you are able to see the beauty of the website. You are able to make the website beautiful. The third portion and the final portion of a particular website is JavaScript. JavaScript gave action to a particular website. It made it from, so for example, I've given you a skeleton. I gave you the muscles, I gave you the skin, I gave you the clothes, I gave you everything. But right now you're just a human being. You're not able to move, you're not able to do anything. JavaScript gave the ability for these websites to do something. You are able to run, you are able to walk, you are able to jump. Okay, when I slap you, you are able to give me a reaction. So this action and a reaction, that is where JavaScript came into being. When a user is able to put some action, no, not the brain of the website. The brain of the website is the backend. That is a logical thinking. Okay, I'm talking about action and reaction. So for example, when you are pressing a button, a pop-up comes up. Okay, when you are like moving a cursor around on a particular website, the color of the website changes, or the pattern in the background changes. These are all you are putting action and you are getting some reaction from that website. That is where JavaScript comes into being. JavaScript is like the muscles of your website. Okay, they are able to give you motion. They are able to provide you with some action and reaction. Okay, so that is where JavaScript came into being. Now you will think that JavaScript that powers the entire website right now. The backend is being developed in JavaScript. 100% of the front end is developed in JavaScript. Everything revolves around JavaScript when compared to the blockchain is also developed in JavaScript at the end of the day. So when everything is so much oriented towards JavaScript, you will think that, okay, this is one of the greatest languages ever built. It must have taken like years to build this language. The funny thing about JavaScript is it took only 10 days to create JavaScript. It took 10 days to create this JavaScript as a language. That's how much time it took. So Netscape Navigator. Okay, so I don't have the picture right now, I guess. Okay, I don't have it. No issues, I will just tell you. So Netscape approached a particular person, okay, and I don't remember his name. I will just search for him. Brendan Ike. Okay, so Brendan Ike. So Netscape approached Brendan Ike that okay, so we want a particular like language that is light enough. Okay, that is as light as possible that can run on the browser itself. Okay, because this language, this JavaScript, this is a programming language. Okay, now when you are having a programming language, it needs to be rendered, and it cannot use a lot of resources from your computer. If it uses a lot of resources from your computer, it won't be able to show the websites on your page. Okay, so it's very important that it should be light enough that the users are able to use it, and that is how JavaScript came into being. Initially, JavaScript was known as LiveScript, okay, but at that particular point of time when JavaScript was created, Java was on the top of the entire world. Everybody was doing Java. Anyone you ask, which programming language are you studying right now? I'm talking about 20-30 years before. Everyone will be able to tell you that, okay, I'm like studying Java right now. I'm developing this type of application in Java. The backend application was developed in Java. Even some of the animations in the front end was done in Java, but it was very, very heavy. Like it used a lot of computational powers from your like laptops, and browsers will crash on a daily basis. Okay, and that was not something that was needed. So to just grow upon so for example, if there's a company like Puma, okay, I will name my company as Puma Life. Okay, Puma Life. So everybody is familiar with, okay, I know Puma. I think so Puma Life is also related to Puma itself. I should buy something from it. Okay, it is like the logo looks very similar, the name sounds very similar, so I should just buy from Puma Life. Okay, because they will think that okay, it's just somehow related to Puma, and that is the marketing strategy that Brendan Ike used. Okay, so what he did was he announced that okay, we'll change its name from LiveScript to JavaScript, so that many people are able to learn JavaScript just thinking that it is somehow related to Java. The relationship between Java and JavaScript is as similar as the relationship between a car and a carpet. How car and carpet are related to each other. There's nothing similar to the word like between each other except the word car that is common between them. Similarly, Java and JavaScript is also as similar to each other as car and carpet. Nothing. Okay. Then when you are moving further with this, you must have heard the name of ECMAScript. Okay, people are referring to JavaScript as ES6, ES5, ES4 version of JavaScript, that is the ECMAScript. So what is that? Basically, like British people love to put some type of like code over everything. Okay, that this is the universal language that you should speak, and somehow like that. So similarly, when different versions of JavaScript came into being, the British did what was they are best at. They found a particular numbering order for these versions, and they started calling JavaScript as ECMAScript. So if you are studying in a Britain school, they will be referring to JavaScript as ES6 or ES5 versions of JavaScript, and ES basically is the short form for ECMAScript. So there are a lot of different things that you will slowly and steadily know about. So if someone is referring to ES6 or ES5, just know that it's just one of the versions of JavaScript. Okay, so do not worry, do not get like I don't know ECMAScript. Okay, it's just the second name for JavaScript. Okay. Are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please let me know, guys. I don't know why, but I think so someone deleted some other pages from my PPT, or I downloaded the wrong PPT itself. There were some other things as well that I had put right over here for you guys to learn about JavaScript, but I'm not able to find them right now. No issues. So just a brief introduction about ECMAScript or JavaScript. I'm able to make you guys understand why it came into being, how it is being used right now, why you should be learning JavaScript at any point of time. Okay. Now moving on to HTML. Okay, so right now I will just show you how this website looks like. So let's go to Google Chrome. I like to use Chrome itself. Let's go to our graduates page and let's view the inspect element. I'll just put it a bit smaller, close everything. Okay. So as you're able to see, okay, this is also not something that looks good enough. Let's go to Google. Let's see their code. Okay, so this that you are able to see right over here, okay, this is the HTML code. This is the entire website. Okay, I've opened up the entire website in HTML, and this is how HTML looks like. Okay, this is the entire like website that you are able to see on your screen in the format of your HTML code itself, hypertext markup language. Okay, so this is the file that is used to create the entire website. So there are a lot many number. So these are all like and this right over here is CSS. Okay, that you are able to see right over here. This portion, this entire highlighted portion is the CSS. Like a little bit of CSS, there will be many other pages as well, but just a small portion of CSS that you are able to see. So you will be able to identify how HTML looks like. I'm not saying that you will be able to understand the code written right over here. We will be teaching you right now, but you will be able to, okay, so this is how HTML looks like, no issues, and this is how CSS looks like. Okay, I'm able to identify them. Okay, so this is what we are going to learn today and tomorrow. That is my main focus for the next 2 days. We will try to finish HTML and CSS today and tomorrow. Do you guys have any questions up till now? Do you guys have any questions up till now? I am ready to answer any questions that you are having. I'm able to identify that these are the first 2 days. You will be having a lot many number of questions as well. So code sandbox is better for HTML and CSS. Yes, we'll be using code sandbox for HTML, CSS, JavaScript as well as React.js. For JavaScript, we'll be using directly the browser itself. But for HTML, CSS, JavaScript and React.js, we'll be using code sandbox. So what is CSS? CSS is cascading style sheets. Okay. And that is what is used for making the website look beautiful. Okay, the colors that you are able to see on your website, the alignment of things that you are able to see on your website, the animations that you are able to see on your website, that is done by CSS. Okay, ECMAScript. So ECMA or ECMAScript is just another name for JavaScript. Okay. Visual Studio. Yes, you can use Visual Studio as well, but I understand many people are not having their laptops, so they will be doing it from your mobile phone. So I wanted to make it as portable as possible. Okay. Tailwind CSS is the same as CSS. Tailwind CSS is just a library that will help you out to make your website make beautiful. Like when we'll be learning CSS, you will be able to see that if you are making a particular website, it will take a lot. Like it takes almost 10,000, 20,000 lines of CSS code to make a particular website look as good as it is. Okay, but you don't have enough time. So these type of libraries that are there, like Tailwind CSS, will help you save time by making like some of the CSS configurations default. Okay, so it's very important. So I have one. How is React.js different from JavaScript? Okay, so JavaScript is a particular language. You use that language to create like think of React.js as a library that contains all the tools that are necessary for creating a particular website, the front end of a particular website. And JavaScript is a language that you use in React.js to create all those kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. We will be covering HTML and CSS tomorrow. You don't have to worry about that. I'm just giving you a brief introduction about both the topics today. And from tomorrow, we'll be starting off with HTML and CSS. It's very simple. As you're able to see, we are going to cover almost everything that is there. We'll be working on most of the stuff in HTML and CSS. Don't worry, even if the bootcamp extends by 1 or 2 days, I will be extending it. There's no issue. I just want you guys to understand the topic properly. I'm in no hurry to finish it in like I need to complete it in 7 days. For me, it's much more important that you guys are able to understand the topics. We'll be working on some small stuff in HTML and CSS as well, just to make sure that you guys are able to understand everything. So we'll be creating this mock website as well. Then we'll start with HTML, CSS. There is a lot that we are going to study in the next few days. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the same. So in the end, are we able to make website? Yes, that is the aim of these boot camps. Okay, so I think it's enough of introduction. Please start the main stuff. We'll be starting the main stuff from tomorrow, Atava. The first 2 days are just the introduction, so that you guys are not overwhelmed by the same. Yes, you can make a complete website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but yeah, that's just like a pet project if you want to do. Nobody is going to hire you on the basis of just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. The PPT will be sending it at the end of the bootcamp. Once the bootcamp has been completed, we'll be sending it. Okay. How to approach companies after training and internship from DevTown. That is the job of DevTown itself. We help you guys connect with the different companies for training and internships. After the training and internships for both placements and jobs as well. We'll be starting JavaScript from the 3rd day. Okay, that is tomorrow, and day after tomorrow we'll be doing the HTML and CSS, and then we'll be starting off with JavaScript and React.js. Okay. Okay, the Node.js is used for the backend applications, and React.js is used for the front-end application. Okay. Yes, we'll be covering only the front-end in this bootcamp. Backend will be covered in the next bootcamp. The registration for the same will be starting from today. Okay. HTML and HTML5. So HTML5 is the version along with the version number. HTML does not contains the version number. When you're referring to HTML, it usually refers to HTML5 itself. Okay. Okay, and like I promised yesterday, the graduates, okay, for our previous batch have just came into place to yesterday itself. We are still updating the list, okay, but like most of them have been updated, and we are very proud to announce that our students have been placed in companies like Microsoft, Gap, Google, then Amazon, Samsung, Barclays, Walmart, Deutsche Bank, Fidelity, DG Health, Cognizant, CasePoint, TCS, Infosys, Qatar, Infosys, Larsen and Turbo, Bhale, TCS, Deloitte. Then you are having Adani Solar, ZS Associates. You are having Herman in Samsung itself, PwC. You are having your Genpact, WaveNet, and many other companies as well. As you're able to see, there are many number of companies that our students have got placed from a previous batch itself, and we are really very proud of them. Like it's very great to see like the students joining us for the training and internship, and they're able to like achieve their dreams. Like it's not just that the tier 1 student should be able to get into these companies. These students are from tier 2 and tier 3 colleges, and hence they are able to still go into these type of companies, and we are extremely proud of that. We are still updating the list. People have been placed in Samsung, they have been placed in British Telecom, they have been placed in companies like Flipkart. So we are still updating the list. Okay, almost 100 people have been placed in TCS. 150 more people have been placed in companies like Infosys, Salesforce, and some other companies as well. Also Cognizant and Deloitte. So we are extremely proud of them. Like it feels very nice. So that's why I was not able to say yesterday, and today we had to keep the bootcamp session small, because I'm actually talking to them in these 2 days. About how it went on and any suggestions for the guys who are joining us in the upcoming batches. So there's many number of things that I came to know from these guys, and I'm really very proud of them. So yeah. We have students who have been placed in Goldman Sachs as well. We haven't updated the list as of this particular moment, but yeah, we are extremely proud. So, like, see, at the end of the day, we are a non-profit organization. So for us, the only thing is that we focus upon two things. One, that you should be able to learn from the best. If you want to get into Google, so this girl, Barik, okay, she got into Google, and the instructor that was teaching her, he was also from Google itself. So that's the main thing. Like, if you're learning from the best, if you're learning from people who actually went into those companies, it's easier for you to get into those companies as well. And that is our aim. Like, you should be learning on a daily basis from a particular person who has actually done what you're aiming to achieve. If I'm going to teach you, okay, then you will be able to achieve at least what I have done. If someone else, so for example, if a random person is going to teach you who himself hasn't achieved anything, then that is not something that is of a great value to you. Okay, so yeah, that is what my aim is. I'm trying my best to achieve it as well. We have got almost 400 students who have been placed this time, so it's a really huge achievement for us. So out of 500 students, almost 400 got placed. The rest 100 still are working on the same. We are also helping them out, but yeah, it takes some time. Placements are something that will take time, but yeah, you just need to be best at it. Okay. See, you can of course join any of our programs that are there. I won't be letting you guys think like that. Of course, you can join, but see, the main concern is we will be giving our 100%. We don't have any issues with that. The instructors are one of the best in the entire field, but you have to give your 110%. The instructor will give his 200%. But if you're not giving your 100%, your 100% effort, then it's of no use. These students actually gave their 100%, and you are able to see the results. These results have came in 4 months of their work, 3 months of the training, and 1 month of dedicated placement preparation. So that is how these guys were able to achieve what they meant out to be. If you have a single person thought as well that I won't be able to put in the hard work necessary, then you shouldn't go for these things. These things take time, these things take hard work. Okay, amazing. So we'll stop right over here. Okay, I will show you the attendance link for today. Let me just share it on my screen right now. This is the attendance link for today. Take a screenshot for the same. Okay, fill it up, and tomorrow we'll be starting with HTML CSS directly. Please be on time. And anytime if you guys are having anything any questions related to the training and internship, you can contact me directly on WhatsApp. Please do not call, because I won't be picking up any calls. Okay, but you can surely contact me. I'm putting up my WhatsApp number on this particular channel. This is my WhatsApp number. If someone wants to talk about the training and internship, if he has any questions, and surely contact me for the same. If you have any suggestions for the bootcamps as well, do surely contact me for the same as well. I will surely help you out in both the ways. Okay, in how much I can. Okay, but it may take some time to actually respond. Do not feel agitated by that. I will, but I will surely take some time and respond to as much questions that I can. Okay, but please do not call. I do not pick up any calls at any point of time. Okay, just you can directly message me on WhatsApp, and we'll surely have a good talk right over there. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We'll meet tomorrow, and we'll proceed from there. Okay, from the HTML and CSS. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.